All right, let's talk. Let's talk just a minute about making money, specifically in stocker cattle. Okay, and this this discussion will be really useful for helping you quickly understand how to make money in stocker and feedlot cattle. Um, in this kind of a business, in stocker and feedlot cattle, the buy sell ratio, the ratio of the buy price to the sell price, is important. But really, the cost of gain and the value of gain are really critical numbers to understand when evaluating the profit potential of these kind of cattle. So we're going to talk about what cost of gain are, what cost of gain and value of gain, what they are, how to calculate them, and how to use them to evaluate profit. All right. So let's start with cost of gain. This may be more familiar to many of you. Cost of gain is basically how much money it takes to put the gain on the cattle that you're while you own them. Okay, so the first piece of that is understanding gain. That one's pretty simple. The the amount of gain is just the final body weight minus the purchased body weight. So that one's pretty simple. If you buy, for example, if you buy a 550-pound steer in November and you graze it on wheat for 140 days and sell a 915-pound steer, then that gain is 915 minus 550 is 365 pounds. So you put on this animal, you put 365 pounds of gain on that animal while you owned it. So the question now is, what is the cost of production of producing those 365 pounds? And your cost of production includes pasture, vet, feed, supplemental feed, interest, all those kinds of expenses. And you kind of make a budget, do some other sourcing some other records to come up with what that total cost of production is. But let's say you went through that and you came up with the value of $192 per steer. Okay, so your cost of production was $192 per steer. So then it's pretty simple that the cost of gain is just your cost of production 192 divided by the amount of gain, which is 365 pounds. So in this case, it cost you about 53 cents per pound of gain to put these to produce this animal, right? So your cost of gain was 53 cents per pound. All right. So kind of remember that's one half of the profit evaluation. The other half is the value of gain. This is answering the question. Now we know what each of those pounds that you added cost. Now the question is, what are those pounds worth, right? And that's what this is. Value of gain is the selling value minus the purchased value divided by the gain. Okay, so it's basically how much money you sold the animal for minus how much you paid for the animal, and then you divide by the amount of gain. So let's say for example, here in our example, we bought a 550-pound steer at $155 per hundredweight in November. We grazed on wheat for 140 days, and we sold that 915-pound steer at $130 per hundredweight. Okay, so let's go through calculating the value of gain. The first thing that we do is get the sell value. So in this case, we had 915 pounds, and we sold those at $1.30 per pound. This $1.30 per hundredweight, or $1.30 per pound. So that quantity right there is our selling value. And then now we need the buy value. So we bought this 550-pound steer at $1.55 or $1.55 per pound. So that's our buy value right there. And if we calculate those, it's $1,189.50 minus $852.50. So we added $337 of value to this animal, right? We sold the animal for $337 more than we paid for the animal. So in the time period that we owned them in our production system, we added $337 of value. Now we're going to calculate the gain again. $337 divided by our selling weight minus our buy weight. We did that calculation before with cost of gain. Same calculation. So if you do 337 divided by 365 pounds of gain, then the value of gain is 92 cents per pound. So every pound that we added to the animal was worth 92 cents in the market. The market paid us 92 cents for every pound that we added to the animal. Okay, so that's value of gain. And so you can read a little more here at how value of gain works. Some of the things that are changing about value of gain. Value of gain is a real good way to understand some of the market forces that are going on. The prices of cattle, prices of feed, all those things affect value of gain. And so it's a really good thing to keep an eye on. But you can see really quickly how easy it is to compare the value of the pounds that you add to the animal versus the cost of those pounds, and understand quickly if you're going to make money and how much profit you potentially can make. Okay, so that's a real quick overview of cost of gain and value of gain and how you can use those to evaluate profit. Thanks.